Shazia, thank you so much for taking the time to speak with us today. We really appreciate the work you do in your community, and we're excited to learn more about it. To start, could you maybe introduce yourself and tell us about the work you do?
Yes. So Asha, thank you for inviting me over here. I'm just an ordinary woman, I would say. I feel if I can achieve anything, others can achieve too. So my name is Shazia White. I'm an entrepreneur, educationist, and academic leader. I'm also a proud mother of three lovely daughters. So don't get swayed by the fancy word which I'm using it for myself. Before starting my journey as an educator, I was a homemaker. My children used to attend a very reputed school every day, but every day was a struggle. Waking up early in the morning to putting on their uniform and wearing their jackets, tie, rushing to catch the bus. They would often return home with sad faces, and there was no spark of joy in the learning. So we realized that the traditional approach was not working for my kids and something needed to be changed. So as my husband is also an educationist, so with my husband's background as an educationist and my own experience gained from being around him, we decided to create something unique, something really which is really different. That's when we conceived the idea of modern Gurukul, a place where peer interaction, creativity, experiential learning could thrive. Instead of just rote learning and rote memorization, we wanted our children to discover something new every day. Although our initial plan was to just establish a physical school, but then the COVID hit and we were forced to adapt an online platform. So, what began as a necessity soon turned into a powerful initiative. So, here I would give the credit to my teachers as well. With dedicated training and the passion which they have for teaching, we not only adapt to the online education, but we excelled in it. Where the traditional schools were struggling to provide basic education to the student, we were thriving. And definitely, I'll give the credit over here to the teachers for the innovative and creative teaching styles.
Wow.
So right now, we are an online schooling which caters to all sort of children, including who cannot attend the regular schools due to XYZ reason. This include frequent visit to the hospital. There is one child who gives her exams from ICU. Okay, and there is another child uh, uh, there are other kind of children as well, like wherein their parents job are such that they have to keep moving to different places, so uh, they cannot stay in one place for longer period of time. For them also this online classes or online platform comes handy. Then there is one more child who wants to become a cricketer. Okay, so she has to dedicate that amount of time for her passion as well. So what she does is in the morning she goes for the practice and then at 10 o'clock she joins the online. This online classes is good for these kind of children as well. And we firmly believe that every child has the right to education and to ensure that no child is left behind, regardless of any circumstances. So, right now, we are an online school.
Wow, that's really amazing. I feel like it's you're so passionate about what you do and about making a difference. Um, and these stories about these kids who really just want to go to school and would do anything based, even though they're in certain circumstances, really, it's really inspiring. How long have you been doing this work? What inspired you to start?
Okay. So basically, this online school started during COVID pandemic. So it was in 2020. So it's been around 5 years. This is our fifth year. We have completed 4 years of operation.
Um, it's really incredible to hear about your dedication. Can you share some of the ways you help people in your community, whether it's through direct support, mentorship, or programs? I'd love to understand how you make an impact.
Basically, um, just give me a minute. Help is for different people. Different people help in different ways. So, as an educationist, I would just stick to education. So, my role over here is to help people achieve their goal, which is an education through online schooling. So, we provide a flexible and accessible option to educate themselves from the comfort of their house. It allows them to pursue their education at an affordable price that does not pinch their pocket.
From your experience, what are some of the biggest challenges or difficulties people face that can affect their confidence, self-esteem, or belief in themselves? Like these kids, how do they have the support to continue with education even though their circumstances are not ideal?
In my experience, one of the major challenges affecting their self-belief, what you said, self-esteem, is the lack of proper education, which we provide in the school. Many students, I have seen that they are attending the English medium school, but they struggle to communicate or frame a single sentence. And why this happen? This often usually happen when they learn only for the exams and not for the life. And that is why our education system need to be changed. We have to come up with some creative and innovative ways of teaching that make them a lifelong learner and create the spark of learning in the students.
That's very insightful. I feel like building confidence can be really tough, especially for young people who are still figuring it out. What advice would you give to them on strengthening their self-belief or self-esteem?
Okay, so to build a strong sense of self-belief, self-esteem, and confidence, it is very, very essential to start at a very young age. Traditional school curriculum often fails to equip the students with such skills they need for, to become a lifelong learner. And that's why introducing subjects like life skill is very, very crucial in the school. These subjects help them to develop the qualities like how to be a global citizen, how to make decisions, how to solve problems, coping with different emotions, and preparing them to navigate real world challenges. And this is the first subject which we should inculcate in the school if you want to build self belief, self esteem, confidence. The second subject I would recommend is public speaking, which helps students express their thoughts and opinions clearly and enhancing their communication skills. So that this is the second one, so that they can express their thoughts. Then the third one is entrepreneurship, or I would say business studies, which teaches them how to manage the money effectively and make informed career choices. Because even if you are in great mindset, but you don't know how to manage your money, again, you would be in a big trouble. And then one more thing which I would like to add over here is additionally our school do is we bring lot of guest speakers and mentors so that the children get lot of exposure to different careers. And this approach ensure that education is not just about academics, but also about personal growth and preparing student for life.
Wow, I think that's really good. I feel like those are really good aspects to have, especially when they grow up and live their own lives. I feel like academics isn't just the only important thing. I think real life challenges and experiences are important to have. Um, you've seen the you've likely seen the impact of empowerment firsthand. What does empowerment mean to you, and how have you seen it reflected in the lives of the people you helped. How do you see how empowerment affects the people around you?
So empowerment to me means providing individual with the tools like education, knowledge, and confidence, so that they can take charge of their own lives and make decisions that are aligned with the values and goals which they have developed for themselves. And I believe that this can only be achieved through education. And sometimes when I see my students excel and reach new heights, such as getting placement in prestigious university, fills me with immense pride. There is one student who is preparing for NEET exams, and she has to give her board exams as well. So she would be preparing for her board exams, and after that, she would be preparing for her NEET exams. When I see her focus and determination, it is so inspiring that it gives me a goosebump, really.
Wow, I love to see how you really do care about these students and not just in a business aspect, but in a way where you want to see them grow. Finally,
Right.
for the young people who want to lead or inspire change in their own way, what words of advice would you be able to give to them?
So, my advice to them would be educate yourself. Education, 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 and education is key to success. My advice to these young people would be always pursue higher education, never stop learning, stay always curious, stay always hungry for learning. If you want to be change, you have to be change first and lead by example.
Wow, thank you so much for sharing your experiences and wisdom with us. Your work is truly inspiring, and I just feel so grateful for everything you do because there's a lot of people out there who don't get certain opportunities because of their situation, whether it's in the hospital, financially, and because they travel so much, and because you were able to give that opportunity to people who don't really get that. I think that just really it changes the world. It really does. I really appreciate you for being able to come and talk to me. So thank you so much, Miss Shazia.